Hey everybody, what's up? This is Grant Higa, otherwise known as the Higa Monster, and I'm here at Barbell Brigade. I've been an Animal Pack athlete for 10 years, and I'm a fitness trainer up in Seattle, Washington. I grew up in Hawaii on Oahu, and then when I was at 12, my parents bought land on the Big Island, so I grew up on the Big Island. I actually never really played any sports, worked on a farm. So it was a lot of labor, a lot of hard work. I kind of tried to do some judo for like one summer, and then also attempted to do some high school wrestling, but just never had enough time with what we had to do on the farm. So when I was at college at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, I was working part-time at a moving company, and one of the drivers, his name is Keith Daniels, he was a 165 pounder, but he could bench like 320. And I was a big country boy, but I never lifted weights. I was just like country strong, right? And I could maybe press 200 pounds. So Keith said, hey, you know, if you wanna go learn how to lift weights, I'll pick you up, but I'm gonna pick you up at 4:45 a.m. And I was like, well, that's crazy early, you know? But the gym opened at 5 a.m. and we had to be at work by 7:30 a.m. And it actually laid a good foundation for me to learn how to get up and sacrifice waking up early to go and train for a goal. I thought it was crazy to be waking up at 4:45 a.m. to go to a gym, but what really surprised me was the amount of people that were there waiting in line like 15 minutes before the gym doors even open, and kind of seeing that kind of like dedication. You know, these are like average men and women that are doing this before their job or before going to school themselves, and it really kind of like opened up my eyes like, whoa, this is pretty serious, and it's possible, because you think it's really early, but it's actually not, you know, it's not that bad if you put your mind to it. I did a first push-pull meet. I was 198 pounds, if you can believe that, but I was really fascinated by how cool it was. And you know, maybe it's because I never got to play high school sports and all that stuff as a kid, that this was my version of playing sports, but it was something I really enjoyed. And then in 1997, I met the legend Ode Haugen, who lives here in Southern Cal. And Ode brought up a bunch of Hawaii powerlifters for the USPF bench press nationals that happened to be in Portland, Oregon. And he said, hey, you know, I'm putting on this strongman contest back in Honolulu, and if you want to do it, you know, come by. And little did I know that this was the 1998 Beauty and the Beast World Strongman Challenge. You had hammers there like Magnus for Magnuson, Mark Philippi was there, Joel Onosai. I mean, this is like guys you saw on ESPN at the time for the World's Strongest Man. And that really was like a game changer, because I thought I was kind of strong as a powerlifter, and I wasn't strong, because I struggled to carry farmer's walk cylinders at 220 pounds per hand. I only went like 18 feet, which is crazy, you know, at that time. So I started competing in some more strongman competitions then, and then recently I've just been getting back into powerlifting. My first Raw Nationals was in 2016 in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was able to win my first national championship, and I actually won on bodyweight, which is crazy. So to go 9 for 9 attempts and win the national championship on my last deadlift to beat a guy on bodyweight was an amazing experience. But that also gave me my berth to the World Championships in Minsk, Belarus the following year. So 2017, I was able to get the silver medal for Team USA at the IPF Classic World Championships in Belarus. And I tell you what, that is like, I can't describe the feeling when you're standing on the podium and you hear me and Jason Mike, who won the gold medal, two Americans standing on the podium and hearing the Star Spangled Banner play was something else. It was heavy, man. Like, I was crying like a baby, man. And I didn't care, because, you know, it's kind of stuff you see on the Olympics and other world championships, but to be on that podium and experiencing it yourself was very, very motivating. Back in 2005, I actually competed here at the LA Fit Expo at Ode Haugen's contest, and we had a 955-pound yoke walk, and I herniated my disc on that. And that was a big wake-up call for me because I thought I was pretty strong, you know? I mean, I remember going and getting an MRI and seeing, how my disc was herniated. And he said, we're gonna give you a cortisone shot in your sciatic nerve. I had to get stronger. I couldn't just I got wrist wraps, belt, and knee wraps, and I got this false suit of armor. It doesn't work that way, So, having the support of my family and training partners over the years to make it stronger and improve my lifts has been key.
Up.
I got the silver medal this past Raw Nationals in Illinois, but I'm aging out in my age group. But my #1 goal at Raw Nationals in Illinois this year was to have the best total in the next age group from 50 to 59. I earned the berth to represent Team USA again at the Masters World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And this year, it's in Sun City, South Africa. I've never been to Africa, so I'm excited to take my wife there and compete, on the world stage again, because last year I was an alternate. And after being on the podium in Belarus and being an alternate in Canada last year, it was tough to stay behind the scenes, but it made me hungrier. It made me more focused to get back to that World Championship stage. And my goal is to win that IPF World Classic Masters Powerlifting Championship.